Broadcasting live and worldwide from Cortana's mom's basement. WOOO Woo Radio.
Yeah, what's up? God, I fucking remember 420, Chan.
We're kinda doing a show, bro.
Oh well, you should have privated that shit, you dumb fuck. Pussies. Alright, I'll be quiet.
Are we still live? Are you playing... You should be playing music! What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, that's what we get for doing it live. We'll just do it live. Fuck it.
Are we? Are we back? Alright. Well, you know what that means. Five. Okay. Let's do the 5. I see. I do not have the appropriate sound effect to actually help you out there. Just saying.
Get my bags! Get my bags!
Oh, jeez. Well, you would have to be number 3. No. Really, though, one I've always loved, definitely a stupid gimmick, but one I've always loved a lot, is the Boogeyman. Right from when he debuted, I thought it was great. I really thought, if only he was a better wrestler, because they could have kept, if they can keep Hornswoggle, they can keep him around, it's just pretty unique, a unique take on such a character, the kind of thing yeah, exactly. Yeah. And since we were talking about him, Goldust is definitely another one. They're kind of similar, just in the sense that, you know, you kind of take a really basic concept like Obsessed with Hollywood or Creepy Closet Monster or whatever, and you make it your own. You know, traditionally the boogeyman didn't have that clock and didn't eat the worms and all that good stuff, you know. Goldust being something of a Hollywood transvestite, but, you know, he really has, over the years, come into his own as far as, you know, honestly, I think those are the best gimmicks. The ones that can't be defined by a simple sentence, and you know what it is. It's a sentence, and then you look at it, and then you kind of see, you really have to watch it to know what it is. You know what I mean? Even for basic guys like Rock and
absolutely.
You know. Let's see, who else? I actually kind of like the pirate Paul Burchill, just because it pops to mind. I think that's one that, it is really basic, but it's something that you almost never see in wrestling, you know? I can't remember many more pirates except for Jolly Roger on the Independence thing.
There's one more, and I'm trying to remember it. Well, I mean, Captain Lou Albano.
Well, yeah, but like a... Oh yeah, he's not a pirate, he's like a ship captain.
But he was a captain, though, but...
Yeah, but not every captain is a pirate captain.
Alright.
Alright, so I've kind of been reserving it to WWE. But I guess if we're talking in general, you know, there have been lots of kind of dumb gimmicks over the years. One I really liked, I guess this kind of counts as Goldust too, because I really like Seven. If you remember Seven back in WCW, and he lasted exactly for his debut, and he was in all black and all white face paint, and he looked like Uncle Fester, and he came out, and he floated to the ring, and then Dustin just goes shoot promo on us and talks about how stupid it is, and even called himself Uncle Fester, and basically said he wasn't going to do it anymore, which I mean, it kind of made sense at the time. Apparently some of the promos were uncomfortable, and plus he kind of became the American Nightmare, Dustin Rhodes, and that worked and everything. But I like the character. I like kind of creepy characters like that. And and speaking of WCW, Berlin I thought was neat. You know, you remember Berlin?
Yes, I do remember Berlin.
The what do you call it? Sprocket Head or Ratchet Head or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I think that's 5. Is that 5?
Sort of that East German kind of industrial dominance type of... again, another gimmick you kind of have to watch to really get the full effect of. That might be 4.5, I don't know.
Give us one good one.
One good one. I'm gonna go with my favorite wrestler of all time, with Chris Jericho, who doesn't really fall into the category of these kind of hard gimmicks, but he has done a lot of similar stuff, what with breaking the code promos, and my absolute favorite, I loved it. I loved when he was doing the end videos, remember? At the end of 2011? Yep, the whole, you know, on the third day of 2012, it'll be the end of the world as you know it, that whole thing.
Yep.
I love that. I was so disappointed when it wasn't anything. It was just him coming back, and then he immediately did the no talking gimmick for a month, which, don't get me wrong, is unique and everything too. But I was so disappointed that those promos with the kids and everything didn't mean anything. I thought that was the neatest thing. I still watch it and get goosebumps.
Oh yeah, I've got 5. The first one I would like to mention is Prince Iakea. He was actually... He was given his name from King Ayakea, who was a wrestler in the 1950s, and somebody that trained him gave him the name and whatnot, and that's why you had Prince Ayakea, and then the weird former Prince Ayakea, formerly known as Prince Ayakea, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was the artist.
The artist formerly known as Prince Ikea. and he was just Prince. He came out with and he had his valet Paisley and
I mean, the weird thing about that gimmick for me was the fact that basically it was like a single Uso, in a little more traditional sense. And then all of a sudden he turns into Prince. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I remember that Nitro where they started, and it was the Prince, formerly known, versus the Maestro, and Prince came out, and he had candelabras and bubbles and pink lighting and everything. And then all of a sudden, here comes the Maestro playing a piano.
Speaking of the Maestro,
that was from the ceiling.
That was my next one, actually. The Maestro. Maestro currently doing work down there in West Virginia and whatnot. What's up, Maestro? He's the Stro, yeah. I mean, that was a really weird gimmick. I mean, like, if you want to see really weird crap, I mean, like Dungeon of Doom, 1993, WCW, with Vader and all of them. Oh my god. That is just weird. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, you wonder why WCW was going out of business. They spent probably a couple $1,000 to have a piano from the ceiling for the Maestro in an opening match on Nitro.
Let's see here.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Another weird gimmick, huh? Are dumb. What is it? Oh, Lash LaRue, yeah.
He gets an honorable mention.
I've got it. Oh my god, 3 count was amazing. What are you talking about? Oh my god, just go Inferno, and then you can lump the cat in with that too. If you want to stick with musical stuff. Man, we're just crapping on the musical gimmicks here.
Almost every member of WCW, except for the main event, and even some of the main event was a stupid thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Another bad gimmick, Simon Dean.
Yeah, just about every fitness gimmick. The Body Donnas, Muffy, remember Muffy?
Oh god! Vaguely.
If you don't know, Muffy was, I think, late 2000, 2001. Muffy was supposed to be Stephanie McMahon when she was women's champion. Supposed to be her personal trainer, and she was really peppy and upbeat, and she'd come out with one of those head microphones and tell the crowd to get off their feet. And the popular rumor as to why she didn't last very long is because people thought if Stephanie needed a personal trainer, that meant she must have been fat. So, and we can't have people thinking that. So,
right. But the top number one silly bad gimmick that has ever been done on television ever, Perry Saturn and Moppy. No, you don't link Al Snow head. No. Yes, Pepe. Yes, Pepe. Chavo Guerrero's former horse in WCW. And Moppy. Oh, Moppy.
Another
R.I.P. in peace. Straight into the wood chipper.
Yeah. Another one I'd like to give an honorable mention to is Fantasio. Pretty obscure, actually. Appeared, I think, on a handful of WWF shows, a house show, maybe an edition of Superstars. He was a magician who did magic tricks all throughout the match, and one of which was supposedly making the referee's underwear appear out of thin air. Yeah, and the cane, and he had kind of he had one of those traditional white, black and white kind of drama masks, you know.
Oh, God. I'm kind of hungry. I would like some ice cream, actually. I had ice cream for the first time in like months the other day. It was really good. Yeah, I'm hungry. Let's do it.
Dairy Queen drive-through.
Time for the Dairy Queen drive-through. Yankum DDS. What are the ratings for this week? Oh, I apparently just pasted the Total Divas, just the Total Diva numbers. The season finale of Total Divas did 1.55 million viewers, which is the same as the March 30th edition, which I believe was the weekend before WrestleMania. So, there you go. I'll do the... Yeah, they are. I mean... What's really funny is that it still outdraws, except for 2 weeks, it's outdrawed Impact. So there you go. Good job, Total Divas. Birthdays! Happy birthday. On the 4th to Mikey Whipwreck. On the 5th to Supernova. On the 6th to Conan, Drew McIntyre, and ODB. On the 7th to Mick Foley. On the 8th to Egotistico Fantastico, Scott Lost, Maria Menounos, and Tanaka. On the 9th, Darren Severin and the Original Sheik. So if you've heard anybody... Tatanka's. That's what I meant. Yeah, that was a part of his gimmick because it's a part of him. Jesus Christ. So if you've heard anybody that died or is dead on that list, tweet us. And you can win a prize at SmarkSnark. And now it is time for This Week in Wrestling with Omega BR.
Yes, this week in wrestling history, circa 1996, where Caveman Broda defeats Bobby Collins for the Canadian Wrestling Federation light heavyweight title in Dugald, Manitoba. Jump to 2004, where the very first episode of TNA Impact airs on Fox Sports Net on a Friday afternoon, featuring the debut of the six-sided ring, which was formerly a staple in the AAA promotion. The first match was Team Canada of P.D. Williams, Bobby Roode, and Eric Young, with Scott D'Amore versus Team International, Red, Sanjay Dutt, and Hector Garza. And in 2005, in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Kenny Omega defeats Chris Sabin in the finals of Premier Championship Wrestling's Premier Cup to become the first NWA Canadian X Division champion. Lots of Canada this week. And that was This Week in Wrestling History.
Happy trails to Cowboy Bob Orton, who wrestled in front of 10 fans at a local indie show and ended up taking more photos with wrestlers than fans, also cutting an explicit promo about there being too many promotions. Peabody Award-winning actor Nick Searcy noted a new wrestling project he's developing, focusing on indie wrestlers and their weekly jobs before wrestling on the weekend. Okay, that should be interesting. Happy trails to Abdullah the Butcher and his wallet. A judge ruled earlier today that Abdullah the Butcher must pay indie wrestler Devin Nicholson $2.3 million in damages after Nicholson claimed he contracted hepatitis C from the legend during an unscheduled blade job. Abdullah publicly denies he has the disease and has 30 days to appeal. So, does he get the test? Does he actually do it? We don't know, but we will report it here on Woo Get Serious. So, what should we watch this week in wrestling? Omega BR.
Well, since we were talking about Canada, how about the classic WrestleMania 19 from Toronto, I believe it was. Lots of very good matches on that show, including what would be Steve Austin's effective retirement match against The Rock, third in their series. Also, you could see The Undertaker when his streak, I believe that was the 10th win of the streak, in a handicap match, of all things.
That's correct. Yank, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
You mad? Does that upset you? Am I under your skin right now?
When Jericho punched his wife? Alright, that works for me. So this week I'm going to tell you to watch the championship match from NXT Resurrection, was it?
Takeover.
It was Takeover. There you go. Takeover. NXT Takeover, which was Adrian Neville, the NXT champion, against Tyson Kidd. This match, I'd have to agree. There was a thread recently about this particular card and how well it was put together and how each match built to a more serious tone, which is something that I really enjoyed. So yeah, definitely go watch at this particular pay-per-view. Okay, so that's it for this week. Thank you all for listening. We're going to do some plugs here. We are on Woo Radio right now, timeu.tv/woo/woo radio. We are broadcasting live, and we will try to do that every night at about 9-ish on Tuesdays. Giving this a little time and whatnot to set up. We have Twitter, twitter.com/smarksnark. You can follow us there. We like to tweet, and we like to do all that tweeting stuff, so check us out. We also have a Facebook, facebook.com/smarksnark, and email smarksnark@gmail.com. We have a website, which you'll be able to check out sooner rather than later, which we'll try to update some blogs and stuff on it, smarksnark.com. And for Radio Woo, we have at Radio Woo as a Twitter handle, and you can check us out at wooradio.org. So, for myself, for Yankum DDS, thank you all for listening. Take care and spike your hair.
And me.
You know it.
Good night, Portage La Prairie.
Hey, Johnson, this is Melina. I know that you've seen me getting pretty obscene with all the boys.
Woo Radio, live and worldwide on woораdio.org.
You knows I ain't no host, that's just how it goes. So you need to know what I've been doing. You need to know who I've been screwing. So I wrote you a song, I hope it isn't wrong. You know it's kinda gross, but here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I slept with Batista. We had a three-way with a stranger because he did not want to walk alone inside my pit of danger. Yeah, he really was an animal, and I was in his jaws. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he's got